Welcome y'all to the rundown. What's going on? This your homie brethren over here, JB the exec. This is my brethren over here, El Presidente Rag. And of course we got Crown Vic in the building.
Off camera.
Off camera, but you can hear him though if he talk.
Incognito.
So y'all go ahead and like this video right now. Go ahead, like, share, subscribe. We're on all platforms. We're on Facebook, we're on Instagram, we're on Twitter. Even Rag was talking about you about to get on Snapchat. You know what I'm saying?
You check the Snap. I didn't posted the last couple of videos on Snapchat.
Okay, so you can check us out there. And also, you can check us out on all podcast platforms. And
go through the list.
Let's see. We on Apple Podcast, we on Google Podcast, Spotify, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, and Stitcher. So it's been a minute since we did a rundown. You know, we had some
real quick,
guests.
man. Y'all follow us on Twitter, on Instagram, and Facebook. We on all that. So, man, y'all add us on all of those as well.
Please. And check out the last two guests that we have on. We had Queen Jasira on and Pat Moore. So real good content and real good information, real good interviews and episodes and conversation. But let's go ahead and get into this rundown, Rag.
Man, what you sipping on, Jay?
Just some pineapple juice.
Just a little juice.
Just a little juice.
What about you, Crown? What you got?
Some Coke.
Oh, okay. Crown is drinking some cola. You know, I got me a good nice little beverage.
Yeah, you got some you got some tea over there.
Just a little tea. Just a little tea.
Just a little tea he got.
Yeah, just a little tea.
This first one I want to kind of get into because I've been getting hit up on this. Mm-hmm. You know, people that know me or even follow the show know I'm a Cowboys fan.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like,
we see the chain.
Yeah.
We know the business. Yeah. What's up like that in our Project Pat boy?
You see the cup. You know, Jerry Jones.
Oh,
you know, this past week. You know what I'm saying? I thought
you was gonna talk about y'all's success.
Well, that too.
Y'all been doing well, actually. So I can't even know shade.
Yeah, we've been doing well. You know what I'm saying? Salute to them boys. You know what I'm saying? 83.
Hey, I gotta I take my hats off to y'all. Y'all see what head I'm taking off.
You understand me? Them boys, we're doing good so far. But I tell anybody, this is cool. I'm waiting on the playoffs though.
Yeah.
I want to see regular season, whatever. We get in the playoffs. I want to see what we do. So, but Jerry Jones, the owner of the Cowboys, recently has been under fire because he was recently.
I see it on your computer, but
he was recently
in the background looking like an overseer.
Yeah, he was recently exposed in Little Rock back in the day. I think it was. They were trying to desegregate, right? The people from black people from coming into the schools, and Jerry was in the background, you know, as an onlooker, you know what I'm saying, looking curious. You know, to his credit, he wasn't in the front
because at first I thought it was the dude in the front with the cigarette in his mouth.
Yeah, I thought
I was like, is this? That ain't Jerry.
Yeah, but he kind of in the background, kind of doing that, and so a couple people hit me up. One notably. DC Boone, Republican Boone, as you call him,
right? Right, Republican Corey.
What you say about this? Keep that same energy. That's what he told me. Keep that same energy, right? And so I was like, he said, I want to hear what you say on your podcast. That's exactly what he said. I want to see what you say on your podcast.
So make sure you tag him and send him this and everything.
Right, I need to because he was interested to see what I had to say about this. Now, to me, depending who you are, this gives people more confirmation that Jerry Jones is a racist, that, hey, you know, he was trying to get the black people out the way, so to speak. And at this point, from a picture, that could be true. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't say that he was or he wasn't. He was in there. Now, he did make some statements saying, you know, he was a curious 9th or 10th grader at the time. And so I get that. But where I'm coming from is to Rag is, how old are you?
Old enough.
Okay.
Old enough to know better.
He's 41. Okay. Right. I'm 40. How many things have you did when you was in 9th or 10th grade that you wouldn't necessarily be a part of now?
Well, I mean, if I still watch porn,
Okay.
I would do that, and like, cause that's what I was doing, in 10th grade. Like,
you were watching
ninth
porn?
grade, yeah, I did. Like I said, I did back in the day, but then
Okay.
once
I thought you said you never did.
No, I said once I got good at having sex, when I could make porn, then I stopped watching porn.
Okay, so you had a time when you did watch porn.
Yeah, up until like I was 17, then it was like, I can actually be with a woman.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like all the time, not on no show you mine and show you yours type stuff, but you actually got people wanting in. It was over with. I mean, like I used to steal stuff out the store. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't say I wouldn't do that now. Like if I did, I wouldn't tell nobody. Okay. You know what I'm saying? But like depending on, if I walked out with the Skittles in my hand and forgot to scan, I'm not going to go back in and turn myself in. That's all I'm saying. So to your point, I will say, I do believe that everybody deserves a second chance. I do believe that when we're kids, we thought as a child, we act as a child, we reason as a child, but when we become old, we get away from childish things. But just like I own everything that I've ever done negative, all I want him to do is own that shit. Mm-hmm. Not so now if you say, yeah, I was young, but like say, look, I was wrong in this situation, or at this time, this is where I grew up, that is not where I am now. Mm-hmm. But to completely just say like, oh well, I was young, so it's okay.
Well, no, he didn't
say.
You know
what I'm saying? He didn't. I kind of felt like that was the energy, like as opposed. And again, I'm not asking. He ain't got to get down on one knee like Boys to Men and. Right. You know what I'm saying? Line Al Sharpton and Jesse Jackson and kiss their butts on national television. I'm not saying that, but I am saying, like, as far as I know. Because this is just now coming out. It's not like he apologized in 1985. Because if he would have, and this photo is just now coming out, I'm like, the nigga apologized in 85. Like, fuck y'all talking about. Like, get out of here. But now, being that this is like, it's just now coming out, you know what I'm saying? Don't try to PR. Just say, look, what I did back then, being a part of it, being around, I totally denounce that now. You know what I'm saying? That's not who I am. That's not indicative of how I raised my children. Of relationship I've built with owners and players and coaches over the years and business people. That's not who I am. Even though I may have been around that and grew up around that, that is not an indication of who I am now.
Well, let me just tell you what he said down here. This is what he said.
Let me do your PR, Jerry.
He said, they said Jones declined to confirm that he regretted attending the demonstration. So basically he wasn't fake about it. He didn't decline to be like, emphasizing that what the teenage Jerry was instead most concerned about, whether he get in trouble with his football coach who had warned players to stay away. And this is actually what he said. He said nobody there had any kind of idea, frankly, what was going to take place. I've got a habit of sticking my nose in the right place at the wrong time. It is a reminder to me of how to improve and do things the right way. I'm not cavalier about it. I'm genuine about it. So, to what you were saying, to your point, he didn't deny that. I mean, I don't know who I was talking to. Basically, I'm talking about he's a white dude in Arkansas in the 50s. Yeah. Like, what do you expect? Like, even from his parents, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm sure he had residue of people saying nigga around him or talking about black people. Like, what do you expect a kid in the 50s being 9th, 10th grade to think about us? You know what I'm saying? Like, we had Todd King on the show. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? He grew up, you know what I mean, and had his parents and other people around him.
He grew up in a household.
Right. So, now whether he didn't catch on to it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
He even said at one point, like, his thought was what he heard until he saw different. And then when he saw different, he adjusted. That made him question what he was seeing and hearing because what y'all are telling me and what I've been thinking, I'm not experiencing seeing that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So that made him challenge and ultimately get over and get beyond that. But to your point, like, look, I don't expect somebody who was in Arkansas. Hell, I don't expect somebody in Arkansas right now. That's why not to be a little racist. I'm sorry. It just is what it is.
We talking about in the 50s now, like, and I don't agree. I get a lot of flack sometimes where people think, I take up for Jerry. Like, as far as when it comes to our team, I think just as much as you. I think he's too far into being a general manager and overstepping his bounds. Right, as an executive. But on this place right here, my opinion, I think he has helped too many people that look like us, as far as with Emmett, with Michael Irvin, as far as he has helped them start very successful businesses. You know what I'm saying? To where, you know, I'm not saying he can't be racist, but I have a hard time seeing him as being what a lot of people want to paint him as, being a racist. You know what I mean? So,
I mean, I don't see. This is me, and I'm not. I'm not like everyone else. I know I'm ridiculous. I don't. I actually don't have a problem with racism or racists. I prefer to know when
what you
I'm
dealing
walking
with?
in. Exactly. I would much rather deal with a wolf than a fox, because I know how to avoid a wolf. I know what a wolf looks like. I know how he's coming. I know his intention. I know his motive. When you're dealing with a fox, foxes are cute. Foxes play with the other animals. They'll play with the kittens and the dogs and the goats and stuff like that.
You mean Bill Clinton? Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
exactly.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Right.
Joe
Yeah.
Biden.
Yeah.
Exactly. You see what I'm saying?
Money
Like,
bag. Yeah.
yeah. So
Yeah.
I don't have an issue. And again, even with me saying that, like, no, I'm not a Republican. Like, I don't, my motto on that.
Right.
Shout out to Corey Red. You know what I'm saying? Capitalism versus socialism, don't buy it. At the top is the same people behind it. But,
Yeah.
I think that it's two things can be true. I think that Jerry can possibly be a racist, but he can also help those who have helped him.
Yeah.
And so, but in turn, though, Emmett has taken his money and his businesses and helped out his community. Michael Irvin has taken his money and his businesses and helped out his community. Dion has taken his money and his business and helped out his community. So even if that's what you are against the masses of people, if what you're doing empowers me to help out my folks, I don't care about you being racist.
Right. And to
You know what I'm saying? Because like I'm gonna lift up. You know me. Like if I can get one of my niggas in the door, I'm trying to get all my niggas in the door. So like, give me some money because I'm letting the man up. You finna come up. Crown coming up. Like niggas we know that we don't even talk to on the phone that much. That move around to different cities every 2 years. That don't answer your phone calls or my phone calls or your text messages or my text messages. That used to produce but not just do media and sound. I'm helping him come up too.
You're not talking about Crown Vic, are you?
No. Crown that nigga.
Okay.
Like, yeah. Even though we was beefing last week.
We had a long
But
conversation.
yeah, but like, I'm trying to get everybody up. You know what I'm saying? So like, again, to your point, I think that he could be, it's possible, but at the same time, he has helped.
Look at the context up here. I'm saying we're called America's team. Like, we had Michael Irvin on our team with the White House, with the cocaine, with everything. And what did Jerry Jones throw him under the bus? Did he kick him?
He helped him get out. No, he actually said, and did you see the interview he did on the Pivot?
Yeah.
Irvin,
yeah. Lately,
so he said, Jerry asked him like, Mike, what was y'all doing? He said I was trying to do the right thing. They said I was doing the wrong thing the right way.
Yeah.
And he said Jerry was like, okay, let's fix this.
My point. And so he has had plenty of opportunities over the years. What are the Cowboys known for? To take, you know what I'm saying, criminals, thugs.
Right. I was gonna say snorting cocaine off the field while they, lining up at the line of scrimmage.
And giving them another chance to do what they do. Greg Hardy. That was the last one.
Hey,
I don't know why we did it.
It's not cool to beat women. It's not cool.
Yeah, he was.
Let's not do that.
He was over the top. But even then, I guess to my point, Jerry.
He gave him a chance.
Gave him a shot when nobody else was like, "Don't touch him. He gonna be a cancer to your team." You know what I'm saying? So
Jerry's the only person to do it more than Al Davis. Like Al Davis and Jerry are the only ones.
Yeah,
like
they right there.
Get
So
the gangsters.
So yeah, that's what I think about the whole Jerry thing. I think it's blown out of proportion. I seen stuff on Twitter where T.O. was getting on Stephen A. for taking up for Jerry Jones. T.O.
kind of salty because I guess he thought he was going to be a Cowboy for life, and then
he be hating on us, bro.
Yeah,
he be hating on us, but you know what I'm saying, that that's my quarterback thing with Romo.
Hey, that's a T.O. I know and love.
Yeah, but
that's T.O. I know and love.
I love the years he was with us, but
and anytime T.O. was doing sit-ups in his driveway,
he was playing for the wrong team at that time.
Yeah,
but it is what it is. So let's go to this next one here, man. I didn't know if we were gonna keep this on the rundown, but this is maybe a little bit older. The Chappelle monologue on SNL live was perfection. I actually watched it for myself. I didn't watch it live. I don't know if you watched it actually live. I had to catch it, I think the next day, like on YouTube or whatnot. But the way he he's like he's a comedian, but it's art and how he does it. Like he's a politician and a comedian and an entertainer. You know, and a philanthropist.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, in the vein of Dave, let us take this opportunity to say that El Presidente and the executive, we are not anti-Semitic, and we denounce it in all of its forms and fashions, and we are against anyone who does such.
yes.
And we also do not hate anyone. We believe in love, peace, and equality to everyone, regardless of your religion, your faith, your creed, your sexuality. Whether or not that's how we roll or what we agree with, we do not hate anyone. We love everyone, and we wish you all the best in your endeavors. Salute. With that being said,
We love all people.
yes, but it, like you said, it was masterful.
It was great, man. Like and this is what I think we get spoiled to a sense because we expect this from Dave.
Yeah.
And he always delivers. Like even, it was a week or two promotion, like he was gonna be on SNL and stuff, and so it was like, oh, he's gonna
Right.
We knew that this moment was coming, but to me, he even exceeded
Raised the bar.
You know what I mean?
And they gave him 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Like nobody has like more than like the monologues. If you watch some of them, like even Eddie when he came back, did not have 15 minutes.
Yep. Yeah, he killed that, man. And then the ADL came out.
Right.
And wanted to, I guess, clear him or cancel him or whatnot. But some people you just can't cancel because you can't even I say it's an art form because even his words, you can't convict Chappelle on the words that he actually even said up there. Because he's a politician. He made a joke, but then he said it in a way to where you can't say that he feels, you know what I'm saying, anti this or anti that. So
I just want to say also, we was talking about Mike on the pivot in the last segment. So I don't know if you saw the one where they did where it was just Shannon, Fred, and Ryan. And it was just like the OGs on it, and they was just talking their stuff.
Yeah, just them three, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying, like, we need to give the people more of that. That's what they need.
That's what they need.
They need that, man. They need that. Like, we've been holding out on the people.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? Like, they need to hear what we got to say about certain things. But no, to your point on that, and this is what so and I know you interacted with some people on one of the posts we made a few weeks ago, and I actually went back.
Yeah.
And the guy came back, and I'm going to have to look your name up, so forgive me. But he actually was like, I apologize because, I misunderstood where y'all was coming from.
I saw what you did.
You know what I'm saying? But I was like, okay, like, and don't get it twisted, y'all. I don't use JB to fight my battles in that aspect. JB has said that he has time for it.
Yeah, I got time.
I don't.
Yeah.
Like,
when I got time,
but,
I got time.
Again, a lot of times y'all hear me like, oh, he's so deep and like I don't wake up like that. Like I legit research stuff. I legit study stuff because again, not only with the energy and stuff, the hypeness, the animation, but I like to, when you ask me something, to know what I'm talking about.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that takes, while I'm at work, I'm constantly listening to different interviews and like Fox, CNN. I'm listening to all perspectives. So when I'm coming from my perspective, I know your argument. I'm not listening to respond. I'm listening to understand. Yeah. What I want is for any of our viewers or watchers who may be Jews or Jewish, please help us understand. Because I feel like the goalpost is constantly being moved. Yeah. Like I feel like that just because I question something, that doesn't make me anti. You know what I'm saying? Like I've had white people ask me stuff about black people that they don't understand. I'm not offended by that.
Yeah.
Especially if they're not trying to be patronizing or belittling me or anything like. But if they genuinely don't know, like, hey, why do you guys, I can give you some understanding.
I have a genuine question, like, and this is no disrespect even to the Jewish or whatever, but this is just something like this is the barbershop, right? Mm-hmm. To a degree, you know what I mean? Not to a degree. This is what it is. But Just to, we don't even have to answer it on here.
Right.
But was the Holocaust worse than slavery?
And and
I
I'm
think
not I'm not necessarily like if we both, like, let's just say we were brothers and we both got a whooping or something, and we both got our ass beat. Like, we can sit up here, it's kind of productive to, say, well, my whooping was just worse than your whooping. But to your point, and I think this is kind of where you was going with it, is like, as a people, as a people, as a race, as an ethnicity, y'all make up almost 40% of the wealth in the United States. So, like, when somebody says that y'all control things, is that a backhanded compliment? I don't think so. Like I wish somebody would be mad at me for saying you run compliment. I would be patting myself on the back if you like, oh, Roche, y'all, you got too much money. You could. I don't give a flying. If I had millions or billions of dollars and I was able to help my people, or if somebody said something about black people, I could get you shut down. Like, let's just be realistic. Yeah. It happens. And that's the reality of what it is, but it feels to me, and I may be wrong, but a lot of times I feel like the reason why God didn't let me get to a certain place, because if I was ever questioned like Kyrie, my apology would be like, you know what? I understand that I'm a nigger and I should stay in my place. Forgive me for jumping out of line, boss, master. Let me get back in my place and get to tap dancing because I am beneath you guys. And I need to learn that I'm only 3/5 of a human being, and that any time that I speak or share my opinion, I'm wrong, and I need to bow to my Caucasian masters who are better than me in every area. Like, because I'd say something like that.
Right.
Now, of course, you're going to have the, Al Sharpton and Jesse Jackson probably going to denounce me, and clearly they are not going to know what sarcasm is. But I would say that because I know it's people who think like that, and they ain't got the balls to come out and say it. The way you say it is by making me do a whole bunch of stuff before I got to come back out and play. Which essentially what you're doing is bending me over a table with no Vaseline in front of the whole world and sticking your penis up my ass. That's essentially what you're doing. Yeah. That's what buck breaking was.
Right. Yeah.
And so anytime we say something, because we're curious, I want to know, because I don't want to intentionally offend anybody. Yeah. Now, unintentional offense, I can't control that, but like, I'm not going to intentionally. Like, I know you're sensitive about, like, you recently lost your father. Yeah. I would never, as much as we could check, I would never make a your daddy joke. Mm-hmm. No, I don't care I don't care how below the belt you hit me, because I know that's fresh. Watching your dad go through that's still tender for you. I never do that. Because that would be intentionally offensive. Yeah. But now, if we're watching a movie or something and I say something about a character in the movie and it made you think about, like, come on, dude, I wasn't talking about your, like, right. My bad. I wouldn't, but I'm not finna sit up here and apologize to you for the next 6 years because we watching a movie and I mistakenly said something that you didn't, you didn't like. But, they keep moving the goalposts, dude. And that's the frustrating thing.
Yeah, that's the unfair part. Like, I'm not, like he put the disclaimer out there. We love all people. We don't, want to offend anybody, but we feel how we feel.
Would you get mad if somebody's like, man, JB, I can't stand you, man. You so good in tennis, man. JB always beat everybody, man. And then you get on, in order for you to play tennis again, you got to apologize to everybody who plays tennis. You got to donate to my tennis foundation. You need to sit down with me and Rag and discuss why you shouldn't talk about me playing tennis. Even though I am that guy. Like, essentially, like, that's what happens.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, and outside of Kanye saying he was going to go DEFCON 3 on them, I get that. But, like, when you say, and Dave made the joke, like, Kyrie said 2 words you never supposed to say back to back when he said the Jews, like,
right.
But that not?
Right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if you even say you're anti because you say, right. You know what I'm saying? Just like, I don't feel like you're attacking all black people if you say, man, Rag, man, that black dude get on my nerves. I am a black dude. And if I got on your nerves, you're not talking about every black dude. You're talking about me.
Yeah. It's a double standard. Clearly.
I don't know.
Clearly, it's a double standard with that. Let's go to this next one here, man. This one about Will Smith. We talked about him a little bit before the camera went off. Actually, Vic even said something about it. So it was, I think.
Hold on. Say what the topic is again.
Will Smith.
Bruh.
Will Smith.
I hadn't fainted in a minute.
It's been a minute, man. The people need that.
They need that.
The people need that. He emotionally addressed the Oscar slap. I think he was on Trevor Noah, and actually he will be on. By the time this come out, he will be on All the Smoke with his what's his new movies and
Emancipation.
Emancipation.
And shout out to Stack Jack, Steven Jackson, and Matt Barnes. We love y'all's work.
Yes, we do. And he was on there, and Vic asked me this even off of camera, like, do I believe him as far as what he's saying, saying that's not who he wants to be, and I don't. Like, I think it's all damage control at this point. Like, not to judge a man's heart. I think he probably do feel that way in a sense now, when you have the opportunity now to go back, look at the film, look at the video, see actually what happened afterwards, see that you actually, when you did your acceptance speech, you pretty much apologized to everybody else except the guy that you slapped up across his face. You know what I mean? Like,
listen, Crown, what do you think? Because Crown been kind of quiet over there.
It's bullshit.
Okay.
It's just,
you don't believe him? You think he
damage control?
Damage control, yeah, yeah. So I think he's and I asked Vic too. Like, I don't think his movie is gonna be in theaters. It's gonna be on Apple TV. I think he said
straight to DVD release, straight streaming.
Right. So I'm not. What's the movie about? I
mean, I assume I might get Emancipation.
I'm like,
we're gonna have to look it up.
Yeah, I had to look that up. So.
But I think I hope it's not another slave movie, which again, that goes back to the last thing we were talking about. Man, it's okay for niggas to be slaves all the time. Like, I mean, think about how many movies niggas was nominated for playing a slave or some slave shit or some slave ship. You know what I'm saying? Like, we can run down the list.
I know. I think it is because, like I said, the All the Smoke, they did a teaser today that came out. It's like a minute, and they asked them that question, like, "What do you think about making another quote unquote slave movie or something like that?" So I think it clearly is.
I mean, and it's okay. And never mind.
What?
We just made a whole disclaimer. Never mind.
Okay, yeah, don't.
But I can guarantee you, if we look at the executive producers,
message. You know what
and
I'm
I'm cool with that.
Right.
I'm cool with that. Y'all do what y'all do. I ain't even mad. It is what it is. I'm just pointing out an observation. If I'm wrong, correct me.
It's clear, man. It's clear.
But,
it's
nigga, like, this goes into another, like, dude, like, and see, this what y'all, like, and I'm not mad at y'all. I envy y'all. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all are married. And, like, I want that. But what I don't want to be
He said he envy us, Vic.
But I don't want to be miserable, though.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And so, like, this one of them, Vic, edit. No. But no, like, cause we have somebody that we close to, but we've had this conversation before. And it's like, I just don't want to sign up for till death do our part to be miserable. Now, don't get me wrong. My situation ain't perfect. I don't always like it, but I'm at peace.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But, like, do I want to be miserable? Just to, and the last situation, I wasn't necessarily miserable. That's a different, situation. But, like, real talk, like, some of the women that I've dated, like, it was like when I got to a place where, like, I'm miserable before we even engaged. Yeah. I get happy when you cancel on me. Like, I started doing cartwheels, hurting my ankle and shit. Like, yeah, like, I got happy when she's like, "Hey, baby, I can't. I got to, do what." Oh, okay, babe. But secretly, I'm like, I'm
right.
And so, like, the look that he had on his face was not the face of a man that was happy to be in. Like, he's a look of a man that's been defeated.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so now it's like, I still feel like it's further. You just keep digging the hole deeper. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, oh, I don't want to be that guy, but, like, clearly. Because she still ain't came out and been like, her response was more like, I ain't telling him to do that.
Yeah, that was dirty.
Like, because I expect for my woman to be like, yeah, fuck that nigga. And he's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I need that kind of energy.
Yeah.
You done just made me I can't show up for the next 10 years. Like, I need you to be like, yeah, I send him out here, come slap your ass too. Like, I need that kind of energy. At least I feel like, okay, hey, we slapping niggas around here together. But like,
But at home, though, then now you can say something different.
Yeah.
I got you. Yep. Now, this is actually what he said.
You know, we be having black table talk.
Black table.
This is the black table talk.
I like that. The black table. Now, this is actually what he said. I'm reading this article right here. He said, I was going through something that night that doesn't justify my behavior at all, he said, we just got to be nice to each other, man. It's hard. I guess the thing that was most painful for me is I took my heart and made it hard for other people. I understood the idea when they say hurt people.
Okay, question. Like, so is August Alsina, like, is he with a dude now?
That's what I heard. That's what I saw.
Man, Jada ruined a lot of niggas' lives.
Oh, yeah.
Message.
We know how that go. We know that's the the Delilah effect.
Man, I ain't gonna lie, man. I can't remember what the comedian was, but one of the comedians was like, the reason why he like Tupac went and got shot so he wouldn't have to deal with Jada. Like that was
Oh no.
I don't believe that was true, but I'm just saying.
Right. Just the
if it was, like, that's messed up.
Yeah.
But no, and again, like, come on now. Outside of Belly is not a bigger Tupac fan than me, so like, don't do it. Y'all don't come for me. But I don't know, man. Like, and it's that energy.
Yeah.
Like, do y'all, like, I don't know, like, have y'all ever dated a woman or been with a woman that could make y'all go do some embarrassing shit like that? And I don't want y'all to get in trouble, so you don't have to respond. I'm just saying. I'm curious because I'm not in that.
It can happen because once you experience different kind of waves, like it can make you do some silly stuff, like, so. And I'm not even saying Will Smith is probably not even genuine. He probably does feel that way probably after all the backlash and people saying stuff now, so he may feel a certain way about that now, but I think it's all kind of damage control. And so, because clearly I don't think Chris Rock is like, he ain't trying to hear it. His brother, you know what I mean? He keeping that same energy.
Tony ready for smoke.
Yeah, Tony, he Tupac hit him up ready. So
we were talking about this last week. I only dated one woman who had me doing some goofy shit.
Just one?
Yeah, no, that's what we were talking about last week when we stood out in the cold for an hour and 15 minutes. But no, it was only one. It was only one.
Yeah.
Like my last serious relationship, like she was and is, a peaceful person. You know what I'm saying? Like, she don't bring, so even now it's like, no, like, she's not a drama person. You know what I'm saying? Like, she just ain't, now we don't always see eye to eye, but like, no, she's a peaceful person. Like, she's not a conflict person.
Right.
And she would have never put me in no situation like that. But well, shoot, now that I think about it, maybe maybe the one you remember from some years back, like, she probably could have had me acting goofy like that.
Oh yeah, if it's the one I'm thinking about, yeah.
I'm
sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure. Next on this rundown here, man, this is kind of fresh as well. WNBA player Kelsey Plum. Mm-hmm. She was with the champions, WNBA champions, Las Vegas Aces. Mm-hmm. Very cute white girl. You know what I'm saying? Post a picture up there. You can go. She's nice. Okay. She says that they don't want to get paid the same salary as the men do. As the NBA. She said all they want is just the same revenue share percentage that the men have in the NBA. And this is where I just throw the BS flag, you know what I'm saying? Clipping on the play, stop, foul, traveling, whatever. We talked about this before, maybe even season 1.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we did.
Just
because I want to say we referenced like a Gilbert Arenas interview.
Yeah, I think we did. And even I call foul on that just because the WNBA as a whole is in the red after the whole season goes. And so I think she made a point on there to where they sell her jersey, she gets not a dime from it, right? And so that's messed up when you hear it, but then when you look at the business setup and the profits that the WNBA have, okay, we'll give you some revenue off the jerseys you sell, but we're gonna have to shut down the league in 2 years because we can't afford to give you this revenue from your jerseys and keep the league going and keep
pay you and do all
you know what I'm saying? So I just, you know what I'm saying? I don't, to this point, I want the WNBA players to just get it. I think you brought it up before, like, and Kelsey Plum is one of those women. She's nice to look at, real cute. She can do like a Maybelline commercial or kind of be like a face, a sex symbol to a degree, and bring more promotion and dollars, you know what I'm saying, to that company. But if you're not willing to help, I mean, she'll be a guinea pig to a degree. As far as when I say guinea pig, like, you know, she would be a first, and then it'll be others down the line that benefit from what she does. You know, it may not be this generation of WNBA players. It may be the next wave, you know what I mean? Or our daughters, or, you know, whoever, you know what I mean, to catch that. So I'm just like, I don't think they still get it. You're not going to get the same revenue, if anything, like the NBA with the men.
That would be crazy if all of our daughters was like on the WNBA team later on.
That would be dope.
Right.
We would have to.
Even though Crown is trying to push his daughter away.
Yeah.
But you know what? I feel like this though, and I don't know if you're familiar with the comedian Bill Burr.
Yeah.
I got put on Bill Burr because, you know, I was a huge Patrice O'Neal fan.
I like his comedy.
And he was one of Patrice's like closest friends. And so I got on to him, and I had no idea, like, Bill Burr married to a whole black woman. Like,
yeah, I saw that.
And like, I look like they've been together for years, you know what I'm saying? But and so he kind of talks about a lot of stuff, you know, in his comedy, but he actually broke it down. He was like, y'all are whining about the salaries and stuff, but women do not support the WNBA.
Message. Feminists.
You know what I'm saying? These feminists do not support the WNBA.
Yep.
So y'all hollering about all that. Y'all want men to come out and be supporting it, but y'all don't even support it. Y'all are not even at the games. Women outnumber men on the planet Earth, and we just reached 8 billion people. But it's at least 15-1. At least 15-1. And depending on geographically where you are, sometimes it's more, you know, or less than that. Like you said, at TSU, it was 27-1 when you was there. So depending on where you, like in China, I'm pretty sure it's more than 15-1. In India, I'm pretty sure it's more than 15-1.
Yeah.
In Africa, I'm pretty sure it's more than 15-1. But like globally, when you calculate the numbers, women outnumber men on the planet 15-1. There's no reason why the WNBA should not be failing. Point blank, period.
I agree. Like, I think the buzz that they have on social media, and they always have NBA players tag them and you know what I'm saying, big up or wear the WNBA shirts or we got now or whatever it is and stuff of that nature. I think the buzz is higher than the profits that they make as a league. And so until you get to a certain degree, like,
but like you, to your point, I hadn't seen, you know, and again, this is not a backhanded patronizing thing. Like, women use tampons. I'm not trying to be funny, but that's a women product. That's a woman product.
Right.
And I've never seen any of these women do, like you were talking about Maybelline. Like, I don't know too many men, well, heterosexual men that are using Maybelline or MAC.
Yeah.
Why aren't any of y'all doing that? You know what I'm saying? Victoria's Secret. Again, I don't know too many heterosexual men who running around with thongs and stuff on. Okay, if you want to be gay, that's your business. I don't care. But if they're going to pay you $100,000, $500,000 to wear some drawers that you're going to wear anyway, that you wear anyway when you be with your girlfriend or wife or whoever you with, you do it anyway. You bleed once a month anyway. Like, that's nature. Don't be mad at me. You might not like the way I said it, but it is what it is. You have a period. Your cycle happens every month anyway. So you see what I'm saying? It's plenty of women, like, it's certain vitamins and supplements that women take and use. Where are y'all? How come y'all agents are not getting these endorsements for y'all?
And this is the elephant in the room that I don't think a lot of people want to say and I don't want to talk about, but we know a lot of the WNBA, they're homosexual or lesbians, okay? And so America has broadened their horizons, is more accepted now, but still, are you, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, I don't
Set
think that
set
it
it
is
off.
really acceptable.
Are you?
I think that people, because they're afraid of being labeled as something, because they're afraid of being canceled, because they're afraid of the backlash they'll get from these internet warriors, that I don't like to argue with because they real bold on the internet and won't say nothing to you, won't come on here and say nothing. But because I'm gonna be labeled a certain way, I'm not, even though I don't necessarily agree with it or I don't want my kids doing it, I'm not gonna say nothing. I'm just gonna, put my little rainbow thing in my yard and say we love everyone and we believe in everyone. But like I know kind of to the point you're going, people don't want to watch it because they have made it. I don't know if something can be considered too gay or whatever, but like it's kind of that's kind of what it's become.
To me, when I say accepted, like it's accepted, but it's a tier that's accepted. Let me tell you the tier that is accepted. The tier is if you gay, like even on TV, if a woman's kissing a woman and they both are feminine and they got their hair down,
right.
They look like women.
It's okay.
It's okay. It looks good. Women love it. Men love it.
Mm-hmm.
But if you in there looking like Queen Latifah off Set It Off, and you looking like a dude, looking like a dude in a situation,
and Queen Latifah, she's
it's
still
a turn
cute.
off. I mean, as far as but I'm saying, like she was like the man in the situation.
Yeah, no, I get it. But
If she got braids to the back, looking like Kawhi Leonard,
right?
You know what I'm saying? Got the braids to the back, got a jersey on, you know what I'm saying, and some khakis.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like that's not more accepted. Like, but if you kiss another woman and you look feminine, you got a dress on, you got your panties on or your bra on, you know what I mean, kissing another woman, that's more acceptable because we like it as men as an image, and women like it as well. You know what I mean? So, but most of the women in the WNBA that are homosexual or lesbians, they got our type of vibe. They got a dude type of, you know what I'm saying, swag about them.
So you're saying they need to be more power and less empire.
Something like that.
Because, so like you remember in Power, and they've had.
Okay, you talking about the show.
Yeah,
you talking about okay.
Like in Power, I want to say the Lobos, I think.
Yeah.
When Lobos, he was gay or whatever, and like you saw him like in the tub with the dude or whatever, and he kissed the dude.
Yeah.
But it kind of led to the imagination. So you got your representation.
Yeah.
I want to say Angela's boss, the Frankie chick. She was like a lesbian.
Yeah.
You knew, and even Jukebox. You know what I'm saying? Like she was, had a woman, but that wasn't the emphasis on the thing. And I think like where Empire lost people didn't want to say nothing, but it slick became the Jamal line. You know what I'm saying? The son in all of his escapades and. You know what I'm saying? And that kind of made people are not going to admit it, but like let's just be realistic. Like when Empire started losing the ratings is when they made the emphasis on Jamal and all his escapades, and every episode he got a different person that's trying to holler at him and be with him, and
it's a tier of homosexuality that's more accepted than the other, and once the WNBA figures that out, because nobody want to, you know what I'm saying, we don't want to see a female portray a dude. Honestly, this is just me. You can correct me if I'm wrong. Having all the, you know what I'm saying, looking like a dude, all the tattoos and stuff all over, the body kind of, looking like a dude per se. I think it's harder to promote that, even though you promote the gay homosexuality, that's cool.
Yeah, it's okay to promote it as long as people don't have to see it.
Right. So it's a whole different story. But when I look at the WNBA players, like I think they should be paid more in a sense as far as they have to have other incomes to, they're analysts on ESPN and stuff like that to get it, but their league doesn't make enough money.
Yeah, I was gonna say, but why though?
To do that.
That's my thing. Why?
What you mean?
Why? Why do they deserve to be paid more?
I mean,
it's not the same thing like with tennis. If you remember, the women's tennis at one point was better than the men's tennis.
Right.
Everybody was watching Venus and Serena and Steffi Graf and
Monica Seles
and all of these. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like even after the Battle of the Sexes with was it Billie Jean King?
Yeah.
That what's the lady's name?
Chris
Maria
Everett?
Sharapova and
Oh yeah, Marie Sharapova.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like
Kornikova.
Yeah, Annika Kornikova. Like
Sex symbol. She was a sex symbol, by the way.
You see what I'm saying? Exactly.
Yeah.
But everybody was watching tennis.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Tennis was an international thing. Like when you look at soccer, like or football, like everybody globally watches that. So you're making money. But like in America, where basketball is the home, like it's born and bred here in North America. You know what I'm saying? Any NBA game you watch, you got hundreds of thousands of people sometimes in stands. You got millions of people watching it. But like to your point, the first people who should be watching a WNBA game is the LGBTQ plus community. If for nothing else, because I would dare say at least anywhere from 40 to 60% of the league is openly, lesbian.
Right. Yep.
I would say somewhere between 40 to 60% is openly lesbian.
Right. That's one of the reasons.
Give or take. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, so if this is something that we're promoting, we have a huge representation base. A lot of people should be, and I'm not gonna lie, if everybody was supporting it like that, I would be clapping. And I'm not LGBTQ plus. I don't have a dog in that fight. Yeah. I don't want to see nothing bad happen to nobody, but I'm not gonna be standing up there on the front lines with you. Right. You know what I'm saying? But if I saw that, I would say, hey, they give them their money. They drawing the numbers. Mm-hmm. But it's not being, they're not supporting it. So I'm supposed to support it, and you're not supporting, and that's your stuff.
Right.
I don't know.
I think the numbers prove what it is, man. So I still think it's an issue. I don't think she has basis to say they want the same revenue percentage, because then you still in murky waters with that, man. So let's go to this next one here. Let's see which one we want to go to here, man. I know we're gonna talk about this maybe for a minute. Let's go with 21 Savage. Okay, this is about a week or two ago. 21 Savage, I think it was on Clubhouse, on the iPhone thing on Clubhouse, and he was talking to Whack 100 and maybe a couple other people, and he said that Nas was not a relevant rapper, and that he just has a loyal fan base. Now, this is the same week which KD3 came out, King Disease 3, which is a fun dude. That's one of his best albums. I don't know if you heard it all the way through. I've been listening to it last couple of weeks. This is literally Nas, one of his top 5 albums.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's saying a lot for somebody that's been around for 30 years. I think it's up there, bro. It's up there. And so now he, to his credit, 21 Savage, I got where he was trying to go. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Saying that.
What do you think he was trying to say?
I think he was trying to say that the Billboard charts, they ain't really. You're not fighting to go get tickets to go to a Nas concert, the masses. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? He's relevant as far as he said he makes real good music, he can rap good, but as far as a conversation piece or name your top 5 rap artists today, you wouldn't necessarily say Nas because you figure he's like in a different era. Mm-hmm. I think that's what he was trying to say, but he came off to me being, sound a little hateful, you know what I'm saying, and uninformed.
I mean, as somebody who has been a product of hip hop, rap, a large majority of my life, that's what I did. Like, I feel like a lot of these newer guys are in a different, kind of in their own subgenre. Like, like if you know people who really listen to rock, like you got rock and roll, and you got hard rock, you got classic, you got grunge, you got punk, you got acid rock. Like it's types of rock I didn't even know.
Right. Yeah.
And it's like, well, no, that's acid rock, or that's punk, or that's grunge, or that's, and so you got guys that are put in this hip hop category that's really more pop. Mm-hmm. A lot of these guys now are more pop.
Like Drake?
I think Drake is more pop.
Me too.
Me too.
That's no slight.
That's no shade. No,
yeah, there's no slight. I don't think it's no slight. But
when you're making music strictly to get spins or strictly for the radio or for the club, like at its genesis, at its origin, it wasn't about that. It was about the message. It was about saying something. It was about talking about what was going on in the community, opening eyes and exposing. You had people that was like for the party. You know what I'm saying? We just trying to make everybody feel good. But if the song was hot, it was going to play regardless of what the subject matter was.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like the song could be talking about stop the violence. If the song was hot, it was playing in the clubs. And niggas was dancing in the clubs talking about stopping the violence. If the song was hot, it was going to play. Mm-hmm. Now it's like, we got to make one for the club. And that's kind of what 21 is in. So when he's talking about, now he's talking about these people that are strictly making stuff to play in the club.
Now, I'm interested to see what Vic think about this.
Cause he loves
because I don't know if he loved 21 Savage, but he may be in the same lane of being like you don't think Nas is a relevant rapper. Or did you get what he was saying?
No. A great rapper, yes.
Now why don't you think he's relevant? Nas.
We're not in that style of music right now. You turn your radio on, you're not hearing that. You're not hearing Nas. You're not hearing Nas or that type of music. Mm-hmm. He not a South artist. He don't make South music. Mm-hmm. Folks ain't checking for features from Nas. It's not a
right. It ain't got you.
That's what I feel like when he's saying relevant.
I don't know, because when Jay and him did the song with Khaled that came out, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like that was like, we the best.
It's a more respectful thing with that. It's not we finna get on tour and go do this. Right. You know what I'm saying? I think that's what he meant when he said relevant. And
that's where I thought he was
finna be in no celebrity basketball game. Ain't nobody finna bring Nas out in no surprise show. What I'm saying is, if Jay-Z didn't have these things going and it was just music, he would be irrelevant right now.
You think so?
Yes. I don't not take away from the ability.
I think we
take
got two
away
different
from the thought of they can rap. Mm-hmm. That's not going on right now. Like it's not happening right now.
But like to me, like when you say relevant though, it's like
more so got the game on lock. Like it's a
young people's game. So
when Kendrick and Cole drop, they don't.
Yeah, they do.
Okay, but they're not 21 and Drake.
I think you getting into style of rap.
No,
though.
I mean, but they're more closer to the style of a Jay and a Nas. That's what I'm saying. They make that kind of.
They not. That's not music that's out right now though.
So
that's what I mean.
Pusha drop though, he's on that vein to me.
Yeah, when I think relevant is past the music part of the situation. I think he's speaking more from
But Nas just won a Grammy last year?
Yeah, last year. And everybody who was nominated, I think it was one person who was nominated out of the four.
Yeah.
That wasn't, because the other three was like Nas, Freddie Gibbs, Royce.
Freddie
and and somebody else who was kind of more poppy.
Yeah.
But it was Nas, Freddie Gibbs, and Royce, and all of them are like lyricists. They're clearly like the style of music that you're talking about.
Right. Yeah, so I get what 21 was saying, but I think
shout out to Royce 5
I think you pretty much hit it. Like I think he said it the wrong way.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I'm saying? Definitely. As far as him saying he ain't relevant, he just got a loyal fan base.
Y'all gotta stop apologizing for these niggas.
But I'm just saying
they said what they said. Stand on that.
Even in there, what did Nas say that?
I didn't get.
Did he say something?
That's what I'm saying.
I don't know if he said something.
That's what I'm saying.
Because as Lil Wayne would say,
when you bring
what's up going to a
relative, like when you bring up relative though, like if he shouldn't have said irrelevant. Yeah. He just should have. I mean, I took it as not exactly just popping. Lil Wayne not. Right now. Yeah. Right now.
But to me, this just like when
I just listened to a Jules.
If Jordan was in the league in 2002 and a player came out be like, well, Michael Jordan, he ain't relevant no more. But he's still giving you 40 though.
I could see that. Yeah. That's different. That's different.
No.
That's different because I feel it's just a different meaning when he said irrelevant, because it's not a battle
like
thing.
He's not pushing the culture, I guess, as far as hip hop goes. Like, he's in a different era.
Right.
He's in a different era.
He's supposed to put out music.
Well, not really.
Like, it's Nas. I feel like that's just something you gonna do. It ain't got nothing to do with being like on the scene or something. Like, I feel like that's what that was. Like, it ain't no. He ain't got no podcast going. Yeah. He ain't on nobody podcast. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like, I think that's more of what
Nas, you're welcome on our podcast.
Yes, please.
Come on. I love Nas. It's just a thing on that.
Oh, I'm plugging. It's shameless, selfless plugging. Anybody who we can get on here, come on, Cletus.
Actually,
I'm trying to get everybody on. Whoever want, come on.
I talked to. I said, now you know the dude that do the voiceover for the Memphis Jump. Do the Memphis T Money?
Oh, okay.
I talked to him. We may get him, but we'll see. We'll see. But to your point, Vic, like, I think he said it the wrong way. But to be like, to me, certain people always gonna be relevant in rap.
Yeah.
Like, Nas is one of them. Nas and Jay-Z. Like, you could say something like LL. LL can't be relevant because he ain't came out with an album.
Yeah, ain't made out no album in like
it's been like
years.
20 years. You know what I mean? So, but
he's still LL.
He's still LL.
LL Cool J is he's still Uncle L, baby.
He's still that dude. So, let me go to this next one here, man. I want to get on. Y'all brought to my attention here, Shanquella Robinson. That whole situation. I'm, looking at that situation. She was 25 years old, vacationing in Mexico. Cabo,
Mexico.
Was it Cabo?
Mm-hmm.
And, she ended up dying, from a hotel. Holler at me with that rag, man, so we can chime on that for a minute, man. But because we looked at the video pre-camera a little bit, kind of see what's going on, and it was ugly.
First of all, obviously we don't know her personally, we don't know her family, we don't have a dog in the fight, but we've got daughters.
Yeah.
Like, that whole situation, man, that whole situation is bullshit. Cause we've had disagreements. We've been in a room with people that we love that have had disagreements. We never let it come to blows.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to say, like, there's a time over here one time where you had some people over. It's like,
right, yeah,
hey,
yeah, I remember that.
But it didn't. You know what I'm saying? Like you had jumped up. You was like, let me see where this is going. Because you wasn't finna let it come to blows.
Right.
In your space. If for nothing else, like, I'm not finna let y'all do that here. I don't want y'all to do it at all, but y'all not finna do that here.
That is amongst men too.
Right, and it was amongst men.
Amongst men.
You know what I'm saying? It was amongst men, and it didn't go there or nothing like that. But like, you wasn't finna. Right. We didn't let that happen. Yeah. And so to be, as more news is coming out. Initially, that what the report was, she got sick. Yeah. Then the autopsy showed she had a broken neck.
I think that's what they said. Her friends called and told her parents or something that she got sick or something and died.
Right. And then you see the autopsy. She got a broken neck, a broken spine. Her spine was broken in several places. She had blunt force trauma. And then, these idiots, and like I said, y'all some fucking idiots, because I tell y'all about y'all phones that you posted. Yeah. You leak your own. You murdered somebody. And you leaked the video. Yeah. Like, clearly common sense is not common.
Yeah.
You can't even lie, and you got everybody on the, you got people voices on the video.
Talking on the video.
You know what I'm saying? Like, all of y'all are some ass clowns.
Crazy, man.
But the other BS part about the thing is, like I said, man, like, because we tell our sons certain stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, we was told certain stuff. But, like, I don't know, and you grew up, you know what I'm saying, sister there and everything like that. My god sister who was with us, like, she we kind of had the same distance age wise that you and Rod got. So like, it was a lot of stuff I didn't hear.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I may have shared, like, okay, hey, don't do this, don't do that. But like stuff, I don't know what was said to her.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, but you don't think to tell your daughter certain things because you don't think you're going to have to look out for that. And here it is, a young woman in the prime of her life, hadn't even gotten started living life, just got old enough to rent a car without having a cosigner.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
And you're going with people that you think you can trust, and then the more information is coming out, you thought it was just one person. Come to find out, like 3 or 4 of the other girls, they took turns. And the reasoning is irrelevant. If you don't like somebody, don't invite them on a trip. You're gonna pay money. You're gonna spend your money to go out of town to go fight somebody. Where they do that at? Nigga, I don't like even going to spend my money at a restaurant to eat. I'll go cook it myself and make it better. Y'all gonna pay money and invite somebody or bring somebody that you don't like. Like, if I don't like you, I'm just not gonna hang out with you.
Yeah. It sounds like some hateful female stuff to me, dog. I mean, I ain't even gonna lie to you. It sounds like a setup. But clearly, by the time this come out, probably be more information and stuff that's gonna be going on. But it's unfortunate, kind of this happened, because I think we was talking off camera. Like, she looks like, and her friends look like some people that we know, or people that we grew, went to high school with, or whatever.
Or like some of the girls that go to church, some of the younger girls that go to church, she looks like she could be one of them.
Right. And so it's just,
well, I guess my church, you don't go to church with me no more. He doesn't go to church with us anymore, Crown.
When last time you went to church, man?
When I was off.
Oh,
like was it like 2 weeks ago?
You saw him,
when
Vic.
I was off. Like, I got
that
off.
was a confirmation, Vic. You saw him?
I saw him.
Oh,
like,
okay.
we text each other, like, because I didn't know if he saw me. Like, I texted him because he walked past. I was like, Vic. And he was like, when I looked to see if he got it, he was standing up, giving me the head, like, he got that junk. But
you got there at 10:30?
No, it wasn't that late. No, like, I actually went to work. And my boss was like, no, you didn't work too many days straight, so you came in early. You can go on leave. So I went home real quick. I changed, and I came to, like, I ain't drag around. Like, as soon as I got told I could leave, I raced home, changed my clothes, went straight to church. So if I ain't got to go to work on a Sunday, like, I'm going.
Y'all know y'all still my family, man.
I guess.
Y'all know y'all still my family, man.
I'm gonna go sit with my brethren over here who vote Republican.
Let's go to this next one real quick, and then we're about to get into these quickies. But I wanted to bring this up just to get y'all maybe opinion on this. I'm a Florida football fan. It was a white quarterback recently. I don't know if y'all heard about this. White quarterback that committed to go to Florida, but he was caught on video a week or two ago saying the N-word. He was rapping a rap song. He said the N-word 2 or 3 times. And now we revoked his scholarship. And so he's no longer committed to Florida because he did, this in the video.
Can he play?
Yes.
Get that nigga a scholarship.
He can ball. Like, look. When I heard this story, I was like, oh yeah, he probably wasn't that. He's cold.
I mean, but
he looked like Mahomes throwing that ball, dog.
When he said it, was the song playing?
Yeah.
So he was rapping along to the song.
Yep.
Man, fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Now, don't get me wrong. We ain't that cool. Now, he's not that cool.
He looked in the camera and said it like twice.
You're sitting over there with Philip and Bartholomew and Simon. You know what I'm saying?
But like, he looked like he hang out with Quan and them.
No, and that's cool. But I'm just saying, you ain't that cool.
Yeah.
You ain't that cool.
Yeah.
Look, real spill. Like, as cool as Todd is, Todd ain't never just been nigga. Now it is sometimes where where we've been talking on the one-on-one, and in him conversing with me, he was like, it wasn't strange for me to hear the word nigga.
Right.
But that's me and him talking.
Right.
I know he's not like nigga. Like he's not doing it like that. It's me and him talking.
Yeah.
I'm not recording that. I'm not finna post that. I'm not finna. He didn't say that with his kids right there. Yeah. That's me and him having a real conversation and him talking about not understanding hate and everything. So we good. I'm not that sensitive about it. I know the difference. I understand context.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So now again, if somebody's repeating a rap song, one of my favorite movies is an older movie. Blazing Saddles probably wouldn't get made today because they joked about the word nigga was in there. Mel Brooks makes Jewish jokes all the time. Mel Brooks is Jewish. You know what I'm saying? If you don't know Mel Brooks, Robin Hood Men in Tights, Young Frankenstein, Blazing Saddles, he was the banker in the Little Rascal movies. When they went to go get the money, and he was like, "You aren't people, you're kids." Like Mel Brooks is a legendary filmmaker. He's the one who actually put Dave Chappelle in his first movie. Okay, he put him in Robin Hood Men in Tights.
Okay,
so you can't tell me Mel Brooks is a racist.
Yeah,
like he actually Richard Pryor was supposed to be the star of Blazing Saddles. He helped write it. Mm-hmm. But the studio was like, he does too much cocaine. He's too controversial, and that's how they got Cleavon Little. But at the beginning of Blazing Saddles, written like Richard Pryor's name come up. Mm-hmm. Mel Brooks and Richard Pryor were friends. You see what I'm saying? So, but you can't tell me because Mel Brooks put the word nigga in the movie, like Richard Pryor helped write the movie.
Yeah,
that was the whole point. You know what I'm saying? So, like, if you're doing a rap song that has the word nigga in it and somebody is repeating it,
right?
Now, if the song is not playing,
right,
and you're just running around, you know what I'm saying? Nigga, like, okay, now
I don't agree with it. Like, and honestly, I say this now because I've seen his highlight film. Like, dude cold. Like, he was flicking that ball around Mahomes. He would run like the dude cold, but.
What was he throwing it to black receivers or white receivers?
Oh, they were black.
Can't be racist.
Most of them black.
Can't be racist.
So when I look at it, like, it was a PR move by Florida to do that because now, but let's say they didn't act, so now you just allow your white players to say the N-word and lock, it would have been a whole different, type of wave to where they kind of had to do something. Then plus, with recruiting, especially in the SEC, you know what I'm saying? We got Vic over here. His nephew, right? Yeah, nephew.
Yeah, they would allow some recruits.
You know what I'm saying? Because they gonna battle each other and be like, oh no, they let the dude say the N-word. So now they gonna use that against you.
Man, y'all saw that first episode or third episode of Bel Air when Will went into the locker room and Cars and them was in there singing like, come on, man. They wouldn't have lost no recruits. A lot of these young niggas now grow up. And they know what I'm saying. They hang out with these white boys that say that stuff and they act like it's nothing, like it's cool.
They play dirty in the SEC, I heard, bro.
No, I'm just saying a lot of this generation now, though. Yeah. They hung out with Connor and Phillip and Bartholomew and they was at the party and they're saying it like they sitting up there, oh, that nigga crazy. And you gotta keep in mind, like, I was in the school since, like, so I'm looking at them like, I know y'all just ain't not my space.
But did they get it on camera? Did they get it on camera? That's
what I'm saying. Yeah, they were smart. They didn't get on camera.
Yeah.
But I feel like y'all should have had better PR people because if I was old boy, I would have went on an apology tour. Yeah. Like, it don't
he
matter.
Did apologize.
No, and I would have been like, look,
he did apologize.
It ain't about the camera. I wasn't trying to offend or hurt anybody. I like the song. And I got caught up, and I understand that that's not acceptable, and I shouldn't do that. And I wasn't trying to hurt anybody. I love everybody,
That's pretty much what he said too.
Al Sharpton and Jesse Jackson bend over and finna kiss that ass, and he'd have been good.
That's pretty much what he said. Like, and I just wanted to see if y'all thought it was fair or foul, but that is my school. I'm a Florida Gator fan, football fan. So,
I thought you went to TSU.
I did.
Oh, okay.
But. Because
you got you took it down. I was gonna say you got the TSU and the University of Memphis up here.
Yeah, I'm always,
you ain't got no orange up here.
TSU alumni. I'm true blue.
Yeah, I'm saying, no, you got Grizzlies colors, you got Cowboys colors, you got Tigers colors. I don't
see TSU colors.
Yeah, you got TSU.
Yeah, no, I'm saying TSU, the Grizzlies, the Tigers,
Memphis,
the Cowboys.
Yeah, I don't have.
He ain't got no Gators in here though.
It's in my bag. I got the gloves.
Okay.
I got the gloves in the
Alright.
bag.
Okay.
I got the gloves in the bag. So it's real. It's real now.
So Vic, are you who you rolling with?
Is in college football?
Yeah.
Right now?
Oklahoma. We
Oh,
know who you rolling with.
Right.
Oklahoma.
Right.
We know who you rolling with.
I
So
got you.
hold on. Why are we on that? So we thinking he probably go top five rounds?
Yeah.
Top 5 rounds?
Yeah. Definitely.
Okay. Yeah, we talking about
49ers.
we
Get
talking-
Eric
we-
Gray.
we talking about Eric Gray.
Bring him on to Tennessee. So
Huh?
it'll be easy to get to these games.
they could actually use him.
Okay, but
They could actually use
true.
him.
But imagine him and Kyle Shanahan offense. You don't think? Because to me, he kind of like, you got McCaffrey. Like, come on, man. You had E back there with them. Come on, man. Stop.
Nah, but really the Titans, you got like remember back in the day they had the dash and
Smash and
and dash.
Yeah.
I mean, I just like it because of the name alone.
Y'all, if he go to the Titans,
Yeah, we in the
Like, that's a chapter in my autobiography.
that's
Smash and
legit
dash.
because they gonna need him to be what you know what I'm saying with
They
with
did it
Henry
with
not.
Kennedy Channel.
Yeah,
They did it.
49ers get EG.
That man played Memphis. I mean, for Tennessee,
bruh.
for his whole career.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Kennedy
Kid
Channel.
Channel. Oh, okay.
I ain't gonna lie to you, Vic. I'm thinking now what if he stayed at Tennessee and they were balling and stuff this year? He would have been in the Heisman conversation.
I don't feel like he would have got to play.
Really?
Maybe it's up in the air, but at the time of choosing, it's a whole Tennessee got a whole new program. It's completely new.
Right, yeah, and then sometimes when new coaches come in, they got their own recruits and players.
Yeah,
so
our
unless
whole
you just
coaching staff.
already like a Heisman guy, like you not finna.
He would have played though. I thought.
I think it was more of the situation. And I'm not gonna speak a lot on it, but that
feel you.
situation that happened at Tennessee,
Yeah.
Eric just wasn't in the clear
Right.
of all that. You know, his name was caught up in that.
Yeah.
So it was a more of I need to get away from this, you know, because I don't want this stigma on me at all.
Because a couple O linemen went with him.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So I mean, I was
Also, a couple of his old linemen transferred. To,
Yeah.
One of the old his best friend.
No,
He went first, and then a couple. Eric went after
Well,
him.
he got
I
some- he
was
got
I
some
was
bonus
rooting
block.
for E all the way with Tennessee, except when he played the Gators. You know what I'm saying?
No, I mean,
And actually, I think he had a good game
Yeah,
against
yeah,
us.
He never played
But
USC, so I was rooting for him for everybody he was going for.
Yeah.
You
So
like USC?
Man, I'm all about the rubbers. I mean the Trojans.
Yeah, I got y'all a good quarterback.
Well, I mean, obviously,
I
I'm
got
not-
Oklahoma.
he gonna win the
quarterback.
Heisman.
I'm not too much about the rubbers apparently, but
No, I
non-existent.
I'm not. You know what I'm saying? But I made a fix on that. But
Yeah, I'm
yeah,
Gun
USC.
got to be loaded.
He using he gonna win a Heisman though. Yo, dude. You know what I mean? The quarterback
Yeah,
from
quarterback
over there?
USC. Yeah.
They just got over there. You know, he's from Oklahoma, man. You know,
Really?
yeah,
The QB?
yeah. You know, cause the coach went over there, right?
Yep.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
followed the coach. He didn't want to stay at Oklahoma.
Oh, yeah. He better win
Matter
the
of
Heisman.
fact, you remember Spencer that used to play for Oklahoma?
Yeah.
He was like this big recruit, had his coming out
Yeah.
in New York City, Times Square, and all that. Where he play, South Carolina now?
Yep. And they've been killing the last couple of weeks. They
Matter of fact,
whooped on
that
Tennessee.
game, now the guy who played for USC, the quarterback, he was coming behind Spencer at Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Oklahoma had Spencer had a horrible game at Texas last year. They put him in. He won the game. It was 47, I think, zip at half. He brought him all the way back.
Golly.
Yeah.
And y'all go check my guy
Eric.
Crown Vic out because he gonna be all at that combine, I'm
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, man, yeah.
You know what I'm
Turn up
saying?
out there, man.
Yeah, y'all gonna see some videos of him gonna be out there combine, checking E out,
You
doing
know,
his
Crown
thing,
always
pro
doing
day.
his thing.
You know what I'm saying? Doing all that stuff. So
I mean, I feel like free that quarterback, what was his name? For Florida that lost the scholarship.
I don't even know his name.
I thought you read his name.
I didn't. I said white quarterback.
Oh.
He gonna show out for somebody.
His name ain't
What
White
dog?
quarterback, man.
When I tell
Free
you,
him.
when I tell you his highlights,
Come on to
he
USC.
looked like
It's
Patrick
somebody.
Mahomes.
It's a good school that don't
Come on to
play.
USC.
Woo.
Somebody gonna wait to all the stuff die down with him and be like, all right, come on.
I hope it don't come back to bite us. But let's go and get these quickies, dog. You know what I mean?
So like we hadn't done the quickies in a minute, so you already know. I know it might take some time, but you got to bring up what down there.
Oh,
you got to bring Rick. You got to bring Rick.
Okay,
we got to keep Rick name. Rick Rude will always be relevant.
Now this is only be a JB thing for me to even announce this, but you know, Trump is going for the president in 2024. You know what I mean?
He got your vote?
I wouldn't say that, but I will say that
you wouldn't say that he doesn't either.
I wouldn't say that he doesn't. You're right.
What about you, Crown?
I wouldn't say he doesn't either. So
you're an industrialist, Crown. You like keeping your tax money.
I didn't know who run it.
Oh, okay. Him and Kanye.
Hey, you know what I mean? Like, but I think it'll be interesting.
I don't want to say who.
Yeah, Chucks and Pearls.
No. I'm saying, to me, I think this is big because we talking about a lot of inflation. A lot of us been complaining about restaurant food prices going up and stuff like that. We need somebody else in there in 2024 that's going to
be awake.
That's going to
bring. Oh, okay, because like
that's going to bring that jump down. So
remember what the press conference is about.
Yeah, but
not turn around and shake invisible people's hands.
That's all I'm gonna say about that. So
not make promises about canceling student loans and then reneging on them.
So, given what we do on the quickies, I'm smashing it. Mm-hmm. What are you doing?
I mean, Trump is always good TV. It's always good media. And if anybody knows about smashing, it's Trump. So, we're going to smash that.
All right. This next one we got, then I'm going to let you go from... I had to put this one in here. It's kind of a quickie. LeBron was getting dragged on the internet for lying and flopping and capping the last couple of weeks. And so I thought that was funny just because we've always talked about this on the show. He's, try to be, this PR guy, but then, this time it came back to bite him, and so I just wanted to mention that, man. So I'm smashing on that.
I'm passing that, man. You already know. I don't know if you remember when I posted that thing on the book and it was like the video game or whatever. It was like the last flop. It was supposed to be like a documentary. It had him like, come on, man. Did he flop more than
he do?
James Harden and everybody else, man.
But the crazy part, he came out a few weeks ago with a game and he thought he was fouled enough. He was like, man, well, I don't know what I got to do. I think I got to learn how to flop.
Right, no, that's what I'm saying.
It was like, what?
And there he got
what
dragged.
You mean?
So go back to season 1. I'm going to quote JB. Him getting dragged is just par for the course.
Par for the course, man.
Whatever, nigga. Look, I'm going to get my pinky driver on.
Pinky driver. Mm-hmm. What you got, man? I know you got a couple of quickies right quick, man.
Okay, so real quick, and we don't ever like to gloss over. And for me, man, so for all my watchers and listeners on here who support JB and I, man, rest in peace to my homeboy C-Roy Watkins Jr. Mm-hmm. Man, class act, brother, friend, father, true ride or die. I have never seen more people about to get shot when you except when he was. But nah, he wasn't going. Like if he felt like he gonna protect his people, that was just the type of guy he was, man. And you can't tell my life story, especially like the last 10 years, without including him. And I mean, he would come to church with me like the whole 9 yards, man. He was true, solid, salt of the earth all the way around. So rest in peace to him, and prayers to his family and his kids. But so we got two notable passings. Kevin Conroy, who was Batman's voice actor, and so Batman the animated series. Where our guy
back
Mark
in the day,
the 90s joint. No, but even the more recent joints. He's been doing like any Batman animated, like in the last, even in the recents, he's been doing the voice of Batman, like in the Injustice video games, the Arkham games, where like Batman is in Arkham Asylum. He's voicing Batman and all, like the anytime Batman appears on like Teen Titans Go, or anytime a Batman appears in animated form, it was Kevin Conroy.
Yeah, I didn't know he was on the recent ones.
And I want to say he was on, I think, what's that show, Arrow? It was either Arrow or Supergirl. He actually played as Batman. It was like an alternate universe Batman. And it was like if Batman like went bad and he actually was Batman in live action too.
Mm.
And he did some acting roles, but most people remember him for his voice acting. But he
How old is he?
passed recently, 66. And so, like, you know, in the 90s, I'm pretty sure, like, he was in his 30s, you know, when he started voicing Batman. But, like, for a generation that grew up watching, like, the X-Men cartoon in the 90s and the Batman animated series, like, he was that voice. And then also our boy Jason David Frank, you know what I'm saying? The Green Ranger, Tommy. Like, I already know. I'm thinking of that flute. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That
was my guy, man.
And he was a lot of people didn't notice, he was a legit martial artist. Like, he was not a Hollywood stunt coordinated. Like, he had a real live beef with Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Yeah. He had a dojo.
And he had met Jean-Claude Van Damme when he was playing Tommy, and Jean-Claude Van Damme kind of dissed him. And so he never kind of forgot that. And then, so, like, they would run into each other over the years. And, you know, every time Jean-Claude would step on, he's like, let's do it. Yeah. And he's like, and he said, you know what? I'll make it easy for you. Like, we can have a referee and everything. Let's go. And, like, every time he stepped to Jean-Claude, like, Jean-Claude was like, nah, I'm good. So, man, it's unfortunate.
He committed
suicide. They said it was after an argument with his wife, and he was a philanthropist. He was very active in the community. He always was giving to charities. He was beloved by a certain, like, if you grew up watching Power Rangers like we did, that was one of the shows I remember when it first came out. Like, I would come home from school, you know, and tune in, and he was a Green Ranger first, and a White Ranger.
White Ranger was the GOAT, dog.
With the white tigers.
With the white tiger, man.
Hey, like, but the Green Ranger was cool. With the Dragon Sword.
He was cool. He was cool. I liked him too, but that was, you know what I mean? Like, when I heard that, like, I think he was 49.
Yeah, and he was so beloved that they kept, because Power Rangers is still freaking going on.
It is.
It's been going on for like 30 years.
It's one of EJ's favorite shows.
It's been going on for 30 years.
My 7-year-old son on that.
He still, like, they would bring him back, like, as a throwback. When they would do, like, a throwback Ranger episode, they have to go get one of the old Rangers. They would always bring him back. And but he actually fought. He had some MMA matches, and he was undefeated in all his MMA matches. Man, and it's just sad for him and his kids. And so, man, rest in peace to Kevin Conroy, Batman's voice actor, as well as Jason David Frank, Tommy. Man, rest in peace also to Deshaun Perry, Lavelle Davis, and Devin Chandler, who was actually he was a Memphian, and they played for the University of Virginia football team. And, you know, it's been now a couple of weeks ago, but that tragic shooting that happened. As they were coming back from a field trip, and it was some other people who were actually wounded that, you know, lived. But you know, it's anytime life is taken, it's sad, it's tragic, and man, we've got to teach our kids to deal with pressure. Just because somebody said something you don't like, and I don't know the whole story of why he did what he did, and people say, he shouldn't have been bullied, but like come on, man. And Vic, you can attest to this. Like, we grew up talking about each other. Like, am I lying? Like, you know, like, but you didn't talk about nobody. But like, being around us,
right?
Vic became one of the greats.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But shout out to Nova. Like, that was because Torian stayed on Vic. But then the crazy thing is, Torian wouldn't let nobody else talk about Vic though. But Torian stayed on Vic.
Yeah.
But then Vic got to where it's like, no, I don't need you to stand up for me. Like, and I was one like, y'all better back up off Vic. Like, but Vic like, no, I don't need y'all to stand up for me. Vic learned to fend for himself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Coming to his own. You know this, not just, man, you play tennis, but you also play football. You play basketball. You was in the neighborhood. Yeah, you got two big brothers.
Yeah.
I know y'all used to talk about each other.
Yeah.
That made you tough.
Yeah.
So somebody saying something to you at school, like, come on, man. Well, you gotta
had to learn it. And another quickie with this, man. I want to just give a shout out. I saw Glorilla got nominated for a Grammy.
Shout out to Glow.
Oh, that went out. Okay, yeah, but Glorilla, she nominated for a Grammy. So shout out to her. Another quickie here. There was a fourth man that got arrested for the Dolph murder.
Bruh.
And yeah, this it's becoming a circus now, man. The more and more stuff comes out, I hate that. You know what I'm saying? That it's kind of
and it's recently
really
been
across.
like a year. It's recently been.
It was a
year.
It was about a week or two ago. Yeah.
Also, rest in peace to Flipper. You know what I'm saying, young dog.
Yeah.
I mean, when I talked about this, Ocho, recently caught a lot of flack because he posted a video where he says it doesn't take much when a woman actually likes you. Do you smash that or pass that, Jay Bizzle?
Oh, I smash it. Definitely smash it because it's clear. You know what I'm saying? If a woman is feeling you like that, you gonna know it. You gonna see it. You gonna feel it. All that. So,
I mean, I would concur. In my experiences, like when women generally was into me.
Yeah.
And not that I wouldn't like, and I know you're a guy, you know how to do, like I used to clown you. Like you, man, JB.
You did.
If y'all didn't know, JB know how to do some extravagant stuff. Like this nigga go to brunch all the time. Like he be wearing sweater vests and loafers. Like, no, I'm saying like, but he does, like he looks like that, you know what I'm saying? Like you finna be on some executive type, stuff. But at the same time though, and I know how to do that as well, but like, in my experience, when women generally like, man, you know me, I'm a this type of setting type of guy.
Yeah.
The women who really like me, like they didn't have a problem with that. It wasn't about an ambiance and an atmosphere. It's like I want to wherever you at, I'm in. So I agree with Ocho on that. I'm smashing that.
For sure. Y'all, when that beep comes, y'all, that means that we've been going for a good while here. We just have fun on the rundown.
I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying? We just have fun on the rundown. But y'all, until next time, continue with that executive mindset.
And most definitely keep it presidential.
Salute.
Arrivederci. Bow.